Yes, Aditya. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lakshmi.
Let us know when we can start, Aditya.
Yeah, I think we already have past 13 minutes, so we can start.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, Aditya and everyone, that Nishant, our trainer, is down with COVID. We got the reports yesterday. He is unwell since last 2 or 3 days. So please cooperate. Like he is just sticking to his commitment right now. Okay, he may be a little low on energy, but please support on that part. Otherwise, you can always let me know, Nishant and Aditya, anytime. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. Thank you.
Over to Nishant.
Hey guys, I'm very sorry because I did not expect this, and that's the reason I'm in this situation. I'm very sorry for that, and I'll try my best to ensure that the session goes very well because I have already given a commitment, so I'm definitely doing that. Otherwise, I could have taken rest. The thing is, I want to ensure that the commitment is met. And I may take a little pauses in the middle. So I would appreciate if you can support me in that. And in case if I'm feeling a little, a lot of cough, I would take a little pauses, and I need your support there. I'll try my best to continue for the next 4 hours. In case if I'm unable to continue, I may give certain breaks in the middle, or just to go ahead and get certain break and then come back so that I can fresh up and come. Thanks a lot for that. So I'm sure many of you got already the agenda and what we are going to cover. So before I jump into the session and continue, let me give a quick brief introduction about me, and then we will continue from there. Let me share my screen first. So my name is Nishant, and I got around 12 plus years of experience into advisory, consulting, and managed services in the world of DevSecOps, cybersecurity, and information security domains. I worked with telecommunications, banking, finance, transportation, and industrial manufacturing. I'm also an instructor for Microsoft, AWS, IIB Council, and PECB Council. I'm also a lead auditor for 27001, 20000, and 22301. So currently I work as a cloud security architect in a bank. So where my responsibility is to ensure that 360-degree posture of the organization's data and the bank's customers' data is protected. Now that includes from infrastructure security point of view, web application security point of view, and throughout the SDLC, how do you go ahead and secure? I also have these credentials from Oracle, Juniper, Microsoft, and AWS. That's a very quick, short introduction about me. So before I jump in, can I know how many of you have already working experience on SonarQube? If you already have working experience, you can actually raise your hands. Okay, I see around 3 participants we have who has working experience. Okay, 4. Okay, good. So how many of you are going to learn SonarQube for the first time in today's class? You can raise your hands. How many of you are going to learn SonarQube in this class for the first time?
Nishant?
Yeah.
Actually, many people doesn't know how to raise your hand. So can you please tell them?
Okay. So there is a mute button, right? Beside the mute button, you will see a raise hand button.
No, I guess I can see there is a reaction button, and
Correct.
if you click on that, there is a lower hand and
True.
raise hand.
Yeah. I think actually I have a controller screen.
Yeah,
So
okay.
my option is a different place, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
if I click on more, I see reactions. Okay, maybe they may have different options. Okay. I see. Again, Amol, I can see your hand in both the sides, even working experience and first time. Maybe you can decrease your hand. So can I request, how many of you are going to learn SonarQube for the first time in this course? Please raise your hands. Keep your hands raised so I know. So then accordingly, I will deal like configuration and all. Okay, we have around 6. Okay. How many of you partially know? That means you heard. You can actually decrease your hands. How many of you have heard SonarQube, but partially worked on it, but not good, not new? You are at the beginner to intermediate level. Can you raise your hands? Okay, we have around 4 participants. Okay, so we have a mixed set of audience. I'll be as much as slow as possible just to ensure that every one of us are learning together and gaining a part of the knowledge. So this course is mostly 60-40. 60% is your practicals, 40% is your theory. However, whenever we are learning some concepts, we will try to focus on both of them. Wherever, if you want me to spend some extra time on a theoretical basis, I'll spend some extra time on theory. In case if you feel no, this cannot be, we don't want theory on this kind of topic, and we will go for a public practicals, we will go for a practical session. Both of them, I'm fine with it. So good. So can anyone unmute and tell me what is SonarQube and why are we attending this training? Any one of you, you can unmute and tell. No one? You can unmute and speak, no problem. Okay. So let me ask you this question. How many of you develop software? That means on a day-to-day basis, how many of you do software development? Can you raise your hands? Let me see how many of you actually do software development on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I got around 6, 7. Okay, good, good. 9. Now, whenever you guys do software development, how do you know that the code that you have written is best quality? Do you have a benchmark for it? See, everyone in the world can write a piece of code. I can write printing of 1 to 10 in 10 different ways, correct? So guys, you should also respond me on the chat. That's very important. So when you want to print 1 to 10, there are 10 different ways to solve the same problem. And if I give the same problem to 10 people, there are 10 different ways in which they will solve this problem, right? Whose method is correct? Who is doing well? Whose logic is correct? How do you tell? Do we have a scale? For example, like you will measure petrol in liters. You will measure water in liters. You will measure weights like you solids in kilos. So do we have a criteria or do you have a method which will tell this is the best method, this is the worst method? Is there any tool? One of the tools that is available in this world is SonarQube. SonarQube is a code quality tool. It will help you to continuously test your code based on certain metrics or standards. Now, what is meant by metric? For example, if I give a problem of printing 1 to 10, there are 4 people who will develop the code in 4 different ways. Maybe he has written 3 lines of code to solve the problem. He has written 10 lines of code to solve the problem. Someone has written 15 lines to solve the problem. Someone has used 20 lines to solve the problem. Who is more efficient? P1, P2, P3, or P4?
P1.
So one of our friend tells P1. Why do you think? Because the less number of lines code?
Yes.
Okay. One good thing is, do you think always less number of codes is always the winner? Maybe he is using a function which is deprecated. For example, he used a function in Python which is deprecated in 2.7. Currently, Python 3.12 or 3.1x is running. This function is deprecated and I want to use currently Python 3. So this guy has written in Python 2.7 with 3 lines of code, which it is decreased, deprecated. Still, can I consider this as a efficient code? No, not every time. Some of our friend is telling that it depends upon the time, space, complexity. Good. So yes, so these are the metrics that we need to look at. Okay, how many lines of code it is? How complex the code is written? Okay, how much time it will take for you to execute the code? In case if you need to debug, how many loops you need to traverse through? What is the psychrometric complexity? So these are the different metrics that we have in SonarQube, which will tell that your code has certain quality or not. And also there are certain industry standards which tells this function should not be used, this function should be used. This kind of implementation should not be there. This kind of implementation can be there. For example, maybe there is a standard. I'm taking an example. Maybe there is a standard where you are not supposed to inherit a class. Maybe you are not supposed to inherit a function, but you have inherited it. So that's a kind of standard that is available, but we are not following it or we don't know. Now we need to test our own code against these quality metrics. Like as one of my friends said, time, space, complexity, number of lines, number of loop throughs that you are going, cyclomatic complexity, and what type of functions you are using, which version of library are you using. So all this has to be checked. So for doing that, we need a lot of tools. A human cannot do it manually. So we have many tools that are available in the market, like SonarQube, Apache Gitus, Facebook Inspire, Code, Checkmarks. Multiple tools are available. Now these tools are designed in such a way that you develop your software using an IDE, integrated development environment, like Eclipse, Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ, and these tools can be integrated into your IDE so that whenever you write a piece of code, they will tell you if there are any issues based on certain rules and standards. This is one place where source code can be scanned or verified. This is one place. The other place is a server-based model where there is a Sonar server or the code quality server where you push all the code from your computer to the Sonar. Sonar will go ahead and scan it on the server and then give you the result. This is another way. Or the other way is you scan all the code here and push only the result to the Sonar server. This is another way. Or this is different ways of deploying the tools are available. Sonar has different ways of deploying. Apache has different ways of deploying. Facebook has a different way of deploying. Okay, a typical flow would look like this. So which of the IDE do you use? What IDE do you use in your organization?
Mostly Eclipse.
Okay, so why do you use Eclipse? What is the reason?
I mean, nothing as such, but we are used to of that interface.
Okay, so do you think there are better tools than Eclipse? Just asking.
Mm,
There may be,
yeah.
but the only thing is, if you look at Eclipse, Eclipse is specially meant for Java projects. In case if you are using Java as a programming language, Eclipse is something which is suggested. And Eclipse was there for many long years now. It was very initial. You could have heard about NetBrains, something like that.
Yes.
Very NetBeans, sorry, very old
NetBeans,
software.
yeah.
So typically, if you look at 10 years, 15 years before, we used to have something called NetBeans. We used to work on NetBeans. Then slowly people started migrating it to Eclipse. Then other tools gained popularity like IntelliJ, VS Code, Visual Studio can be also used to develop Java applications. So, but one thing is the ecosystem, no, that automatic dependency identification, Maven dependency resolution, Gradle dependency resolution, and integrating it with third-party projects and running a Apache web server in the background, Tomcat. All of this, like there are a lot of tools that are available in Eclipse, which can help you to quickly roll up the platform and help you to do the quicker software development. So how many of you use Spring in your application development? Or it's a pure J2EE? Any frameworks that you guys use? Okay, Vue for the front end, right? So Hill, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Spring, okay, good. Now you have STS, right? Spring STS toolkit. It's a part of it's an Eclipse, right? Spring STS is nothing different, right? It is an Eclipse. A little modified version of Eclipse with all the Spring libraries, correct? Okay. Just give me 1 minute, please. So most of your software development typically happens on a ID on your own computer. So once you develop the software, what do you guys do? Can anyone tell me the process or the flow? Once you're done with your software development on your local computer, what do you do?
Compile and execute.
Excellent. Compile and execute. So once you compile and execute and you're happy that your application is working fine, then
Yeah.
that's it. I have compiled, executed. Am I good?
Testing.
Testing.
Sorry,
Testing.
testing. Good. So does the testing happen on your local machine or someone else will do the testing?
The first time on local.
Oh, good. Maybe the unit test cases you will learn locally, right?
Yeah.
Then how about integration test case, smoke testing, other functional test cases? Who will do it?
We do have testing team.
Good. How do you share the code with them?
Git or SVN.
Excellent. So you will, once your software development is done, typically you will store the data into a source code management system. Correct? Now, what is the beauty of source code management system?
Maintains history.
Excellent. So source code management system will maintain the history of all the changes that are made to the code base. That means if I commit a wrong code, do you think it will store the history of the wrong code? Absolutely. If you commit a proper code, it will store the history of the proper code. So now you tell me, is it better to commit the code after verifying, or it is better to commit the code without verifying?
After verification.
After verifying the code, it is better to commit. But the problem is, if I have to verify the code in your local environment, that means I need a lot of tools, right? That will decrease the speed of your computer. Every time you want to check the code, it will decrease the speed of your computer, right? For example, can I expect everyone to have 32 GB RAM machine? Impossible. Correct? I cannot have 32 GB RAM machine given to everyone, every user. Today with the work from home and all, we have a lot of limitations on the compute power that you have at your development cycle. Like you don't have much CPU, you don't have much RAM, you don't have much disk space. Maybe you need to parallelly do 3 or 4 tasks and your system should always be speed. So what typically we do is, because and each one of us develop our own piece of code, and sometimes it is easy to verify 10 lines of code. Sometimes it is better we collect all developers code, maybe 100 lines of code together and scan it. So that's what the approach that enterprises will apply. What happens is, in a typical environment, multiple developers will develop different pieces of code. Maybe developer 1 will write 100 lines, developer 2 will solve a problem and write 200 lines of code, developer 3 will write only 50 lines of code, developer 4 will write only 100 lines of code, developer 5 will write only 2 lines of code for fixing multiple issues. So once all the developers write multiple issues, you go ahead and commit the source code into a source code management system. From there, typically you go ahead and build the application as a product. And then once the product is developed, you will go ahead and deploy it. Then at the time of building, okay, you have another option to go ahead and do a quality check. You do the software development, put that into a source code control system, and from there, pull the code, do a quality check, and then go ahead and build the product and then do the deployment. Now, to do a quality check, I should put a benchmark. I need standards. How will you verify whether it is correct or wrong? Whether the software development I have written is correct or wrong is with the help of rules. There will be benchmarked rules from the industry. There are many people in the industry who writes these benchmarked rules. We go ahead and import the rules into our quality tool, provide our source code to the quality tool. This quality tool will go ahead, look at our code and tell how much of our code is in line with the rules that are written. If it is in line, it will give you green mark. If it is not in line, it will give you red marks, telling that, oh, these many issues are there in the source code. Is it clear for everyone? Do we have any questions? Any questions, friends?
No question.
Okay, good. So now, who will write the rules? On what basis they will write the rules? You can also write a rule. I can also write a rule. And I can share my rule with you. You can share your rule with me. And I can import your rule into my computer and I can give you my rule and you can input into your server. But whenever you are writing a rule, you have to keep 7 parameters into your mind. Like, is it a bug? Is it a coding issue? The way you write the code is not good. Is it meeting the certain test requirements? Are there any duplication of code? Are there any comments which are written? And these comments are revealing sensitive information from an architecture and design point of view and from a complexity point of view. If any one of you are building any quality management system, you will look from 7 different point of views. Each different point of view will give you a different aspect of the code. Similarly, we cannot do everything manually. We need an automation tool. That's where SonarQube comes into the picture, where it can continuously scan your code on every commit that you do. On every change that you do to your source code, it will go ahead and do a continuous inspection of your code. And it will tell you whether your code is having a better quality or not. And it can support up to 25 plus different languages. And also SonarQube will give you reports on duplicate code, coding standards, how much of the code has the test cases covered, code complexity, comments, bugs, and any security vulnerabilities that are available. Is it clear on what SonarQube can provide you?
Yes.
Yeah. So let us go ahead and understand the SonarQube architecture. If you look at, there are 3 important components in SonarQube. One is called as Sonar Scanner. This will be on your local computer. This will be on your local computer. Then this is called as Sonar Server. That is, it's a different system where it has compute engine capabilities, Elasticsearch capabilities, it has a web server, and it has a plugin base. And once the Sonar scanner scans the source code, it will send it to the compute engine. Compute engine will analyze the code and then store it in a database, so that whenever you are required to access an old scan, you can go ahead and access the web server. From the web server, you will go ahead and get the data from the database. You will better understand this architecture when we start the installation. So Sonar Scanner has an integration with Ant, Maven, Gradle, Jenkins, MS Build. It can pretty much integrate with most of the tools that are available on the market. Just want to know, in your company, what is the build tool are you using? Is it Ant, Maven, Gradle?
Build.
Mostly it depends with the client requirement, but generally all are switching to Jenkins.
And Jenkins.
Okay, so okay, let me correct some of you here. Okay, if this is your laptop where you do the source code development and you push the code from your laptop to the source code management tool, that is your Git server. Okay, once you push it to the Git server, then there are two ways. One is manually downloading into another computer and compile it, or I will make another computer which can do automatic build. Both of them are same. Manually doing, automatic doing. But if you manually have to do, human is required. If you want to eliminate human who does the job and you want a software who can do the job, that is Jenkins. Jenkins is not a build tool. Jenkins is a continuous integration tool. Okay, build tool means Ant, Maven, Gradle, okay, MS Build. That means, for example, here I have Jenkins, but I don't have Maven installed. Can I go ahead and build my application? I don't have Ant configured. Can I go ahead and do the installation and setup? No, I cannot do that. I have Jenkins, but it doesn't have Maven. It doesn't have Ant. If I have Maven, if I have Ant, if I have Gradle, whether Jenkins is there or not, I can still do the build, but manually. However, to automate the process, you need another tool, automation tool, that is Jenkins. So is it clear the difference between Jenkins and build tools?
Yes.
Any doubts from the other friends? Uh, is it okay the way we are going? So either you can do a manual build with Maven and Gradle, or with Jenkins also you can do it. But the only thing you need to understand is Jenkins is a simple automation tool. That's it. It has nothing to do with Maven and Ant. If Maven and Gradle is not there, Jenkins is no use. Okay, it's called as continuous integration tool. Build tools are different, but because the main purpose of Jenkins is to build, people started calling it as build tool, but in reality, it is not build. Okay. Now, if you come to the SonarQube architecture, there is something called as web server. So let me ask you this question. What is the web server on which you will deploy your application? What is the web server on which you will deploy your application? Okay, in which programming language do you write your application? Okay, Java. Once you compile the Java program, what will happen?
It generates class file.
Okay, good. So where will you put the class file? That's it. You generate the class file and keep it in our pocket? No, right? What we have to do?
We
have
have
to
a web application there. We deploy that in the
Correct.
space folder. Yeah.
Perfect. So you have an application in which you will go ahead and deploy the jar files or the class files. On which application it is running, on which web server is it running, or in which application server it is running.
Tomcat.
Excellent. Yes, that is what I was expecting. So Tomcat is an application server on which you will deploy your application. Any questions?
No.
Okay, good. Now that means your application can be accessed by the customer using a application server. Similarly, there is a web server which is built in SonarQube. This will help you to communicate, or this will help you to go ahead and push, deploy, manage your SonarQube. Okay. So a web server is helpful for you to communicate. So SonarQube has a web server component, a search engine component, so that in case if you want to search certain queries, and if you want to write some queries and search for a rule or search for a query, Elasticsearch will help you. Also, there is compute engine, which will do the code analysis and saves the analysis to the report. And we have Sonar database. Okay, SonarQube supports Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL, and Postgres. And this is where all the data regarding the SonarQube is stored. So in our installation, SonarQube, we are not going to use any of the database. We will use in-memory database, which is built inside the SonarQube, which has snapshots, we use rules and everything. Apart from this, SonarQube also has plugin component where it can help you to integrate multiple plugins, language analysis, source code integration, authentication, authorization capabilities. If you want to use external tools, you can go ahead and use external tools. There are a lot of options that you can get by integrating different plugins. Different plugins will do different jobs. Now, that's a lot of theory we were speaking till now. What we will do, we will go ahead and start slowly working on the hands-on sessions so that it will be easy for everyone. Before I jump into the hands-on, okay, just want to understand how many of you have access to a real SonarQube server. Raise your hands if you have access to a real SonarQube server. Okay. 5, 6. Okay. How many of, okay, you can lower your hands. How many of you have admin privileges on your computer?
Almost everyone will be.
Okay, excellent. Good. So what we will do, I'll go ahead and show you step-by-step integration on how to do everything. So all of you are going to work on your own computers, right? All of you are going to set up SonarQube on your local computer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and show you a very simple step-by-step demonstration. I just need your help, support in exactly following what I'm teaching. That's it. If you are able to just follow me, we are good to go. Okay. First thing is to download a SonarQube. Okay. There are two components that we will use. One is called as SonarQube server and Sonar scanner. Sonar scanner is not important all the time. Okay. SonarQube server is very, very important. You can go to this link sonarcube.org/downloads. But for you to install SonarQube, you need Java. Okay. And there are multiple variations or variants called as Community Edition, Developer Edition, Enterprise Edition, and Data Center Edition. Let me go ahead and show you each of them. Just go to Google, search for SonarQube. So if you go to downloads, now, can I request 2 minutes of your time to see actually differences between each of them? I want you to understand the differences between all of them for the next 2 minutes. Okay. If you have observed all of them, community, developer, enterprise, and data center, there are different options for each of them. But if you want to get community edition, it is for free. In case, if you want to go for developer edition, okay, if you want to go for a developer edition, you need to send an email to this company asking for trial version. Then this company will ask you certain questions. And if they are satisfied with the questions, they will go ahead and give you a trial license of developer. Similarly, for enterprise, for data center, you will not get the trial license. It is the demonstration, and there is a lot of things that is required. Now, in your organization, which version are you using? Any idea?
Community version.
So in your organization also, you are using community version. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, another tool is, these are installers. Installers means you can download the software from Sonar server. You can download the software from the Sonar website, install it on your computer. No, Nishant, we don't want to do any installation. What happens if the server goes down? Who will take the server backup? I don't want to. I don't want to get into all these issues. Give me some easy option. You can go for Sonar Cloud. If you go for SonarQube, you have to do everything. If you go for Sonar Cloud, most of your job is taken care, because this is like a Google, this is like a Gmail, YouTube, where you log in and start working on it. But in this case, you have to download and work. So as per the training requirement, what I got to know is we need to teach you on how to install and work on Jenkins. That's what the training requirement was. So I'll go ahead and show you this method. I'll also show you how to use Sonar Cloud. In case if you want to practice, you can practice. Before I start downloading and working on it, I would like to take a quick break for 10 minutes and then come back. And then we will continue. We'll see you in 10 minutes and then we'll continue from the installation part. Don't go ahead and just in the hurry, don't do all the installation and configuration. I'll teach you step by step. Let's go together. Thank you.
Like in meanwhile, should we download community version, Nishant?
Yeah, just download and keep it. If you click on free download, it will download and get it ready. And then I'll show you how to do the installation. It's like 500 MB of some file. Yeah, you can click on download and keep it, the community edition.
We also have this server SonarQube, and we can connect.
If you already have an access to the SonarQube, if you don't want to do all installation and all, you can go ahead and use it. But I'm not sure whether your company will agree to use the production for the training or not. In case if you have the authority to take a decision, feel free to use it. No worries. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. So just raise your hands if you are here. Okay, good. I see most of you are here. So by now you could have clicked on download for free, and you could have downloaded the Windows version of SonarQube. And if you see, it's around 264 MB. I think by now you could have already downloaded that 264 MB software. See, I'm going to tell you some tips. If you follow that tip, it will make your life very, very easy. Go to your desktop, simply create a folder, training. Simply create a folder called as training, and whatever the zip file you have downloaded, move that zip file into the training folder. So by now, I am hoping that you have done that. I now extract it. See, I use a tool called a 7-zip. I would recommend you also to use. So the zipping and unzipping will be very fast. I'm downloading a 7-zip tool. It will actually make your life very, very easy. It is installed. So again, without this also you can work on it, but it's a time taking process. I prefer to install 7-zip, and I'll say extract to SonarQube. So if you look at, once this gets extracted, you will have a lot of files. Okay. And rename the folder to SonarQube. That's it. I'm making the life easy with versions and all also you can use it, but it makes the way you look at things are easy. Is it clear? So on the desktop, a folder called as training. In that, you will put the zip file, and then you have the SonarQube unzipped. Is it clear? You should have 2 folders. Can I request all of you to be in the same page? Once you guys are done, raise your hands so that I know how many people have completed this activity. Okay, excellent. Now, Nishant, we need to run SonarQube. But to run SonarQube, we need Java. So in case if you don't have Java, I will download Java and install. Can I request, in case if you don't have Java installed on your computer, you can install it. I'm sure as everyone is working on their own computer, Java is installed is what I think. So how do you know whether the Java is installed or not?
Java-V.
Java-V. Why not? How come Java-V is not working?
You have to configure Java home.
But why?
Okay, I think you have to install it first.
I have already installed Java. Did you see? Java -- version is working. That
Okay.
means it's already there. No need to install, no? It's already there in the path.
Yeah, correct.
So if it's already there in the path, no need. Can anyone tell me who is experienced in Java, why Java-V is not working? Any reason why Java-V is not working? Can you tell me? If you look at where Java, see the Java is installed in this. Do you think Java typically get installed here? Yes. Program files, common files, Oracle, Java, Java path, and java.exe. This is where Java has been set up by default. Now, so typically in many companies, what happens is when they install the Java, they think that they have to set the Java home mandatorily, not mandatory every time. In case if the installation, see, there are different versions of installation. There are different types of installations. Based on the type of installation and the version and the configuration that you want, you will set sometimes Java home and sometimes not. For example, did you see? Java home is not set, but still Java version is working. This tells you that when you install Oracle based Java, it will automatically set up the path for you. In case if your application is dependent on Java home, you can set it. Most of the applications will auto recognize the Java bin. In case, this is very specific, in case if your application is not configured, then only put Java home mandatorily, otherwise not required. So now I have the Java installed. Now I need to run SonarQube, but there is no exe here. Typically, if you go to the bin directory, this is where the licenses are there. For example, this is the license copy. If you want to run this software on Linux, you need to go here and run it. If you want to run this software on Macintosh, you need to run from here. If you want to run on Windows, you can run it from here. Now, these are the scripts that are available to start and stop the service. That means you can use these files to start the Sonar server. You can use these files to stop the Sonar server. Now, if I am in this directory, if I open the command line from this directory, if I open the command line from this directory, if you look at, then only this will work. If I want to run these files from any other directory, it will not work. For example, if I go ahead and if I want to run this batch file from in this directory, it will work. So I should make this available to everyone. I should make this available to everyone. To make this available to everyone, what I will do, I will go ahead and configure few parameters. I'll go ahead and configure some parameters. So this SonarQube, no, this is called as Sonar Home. This is called as Sonar Home. Let me show it with a presentation. Once the installation of the server is done, that is unzipping the server. Once you unzip the server, you need to set the home location. What is the home location? Home location is this path, sonar_home. Sonar_home is desktop training SonarQube. This is the home. This is the bin directory. Now what I have to do is I have to copy two paths. One is the bin path. The other one is the home path. Can you all do it, please? Take a notepad and copy these two exactly. See, try to follow what I am doing. There will not be a single issue. Once you are here, let me know. Okay, good. That means you have the path ready and you have the Sonar Home ready. So go to the environmental variables in your computer and close all your command line, doesn't require. Just go to system environmental variables. You can search for environment. It will actually show you automatically system environmental variables. Search for environment and it will show you system environmental variables. Click on environmental variables and it will show you two things. One is called as environmental variables and path. So now, if you see here, there is something called as path, right? Click on path and click on edit. Now this is where you need to paste your path. So click on new and add the path. So if the path is available in the system environmental variables, you can access any binary. in that path from anywhere else in the command line. So this will make that you can run SonarQube commands from anywhere in your computer. This is a regular path. And then once you edit the path, add that. So can I request all of you to do this quickly? Can you all do that? I'll give you 2 minutes. Just create the path. I think you have set the path. And then this is sonar underscore home. This is an environmental variable I need to add. So click on new environment, click on new, add the variable sonar home and add this variable value. Add this variable value. Create a new environmental variable and then do it. I'll give you 2 more minutes to complete this. Okay, by now your sonar settings are ready. That means you are ready to start your SonarQube. Open a fresh terminal. I know I'm being a little slow, but I just want to ensure that every participant is actually following me. Open the command prompt and see there are 2 ways. Many people think that they have to just start the service. let me tell you, you if you double click on this, it will start the service, but that is not the right way. If you double click on start Sonar, it will start the service, but that is not the right way. Why? If you start it normally, it will run in the front ground. That means the terminal should be open while you are running the Sonar. In a real world environment, you may have to close the terminal sometimes. You may have to reboot your computer. Always run it as a service. That's why there is a application called as wrapper application. You need to call this application. There is a command that I am going to provide you. If you run this command, it will convert the Sonar into a service using a wrapper. So I'm going to take this and run it. Now a Sonar will become a service. After that, you can start the Sonar service with a single command. You can start the Sonar server and you can stop the Sonar server. 2 commands are required. Now I'm going to give you these 2 commands. If you go to your chat box, I have sent a link. If you go to your chat box, I have sent a link. See, this is the command. 1 to start the service, this to stop. Just run these 2 commands. You are good to go. If you are getting any errors, that means the instructions are not followed properly. Let me know if you are facing any issues.
Did not receive link.
You did not receive any link. Sorry, I think it was a direct message. I think now can you check? These 2 commands. I see a couple of error messages from Aditya. Access denied.
For access denied, you can search for CMD and open it in admin.
But why we should run? That's what I was asking. No, I asked everyone that do you have admin access? Most of you said admin access was there.
No, most of has it is the command prompt needs to open in admin mode, same as you have opened.
Yeah, but I did not open as admin. I opened normally. Yeah? I'll show you like this. I opened CMD. Okay.
This is depend on the OS flavor and all customizations
Okay, I'll
at
tell you
OS level.
the reason. Many times what happens is you as a normal user, from a security team point of view, they will not allow you to create any services. That is the reason that's an error. So what you need to do is go to the command prompt, right click, run as administrator, and then you do it. Can you do the same? Command prompt, right click, run as administrator, and then do it.
Yeah, service added successfully, but it fails to start. So
Okay.
by launching this command from the administrator mode.
Fail to start. Can you guys tell me why do you think why is it failing to start? Anyone?
Could be the port under use already.
It might be Java version mismatch because we are using Open JDK one.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Which version of Java you have?
Open JDK 9, I think.
Should not be a problem for that. It's an upgraded one. Okay.
So I have 1.8, 152 update.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. What you can also do. This is one way of starting the SonarQube. If you don't want to use service based, okay, then very simple technique I'll show you. What you can do, you can go to this folder and click on Start Sonar. Click on Start, double click on Start Sonar. It will start the Sonar server. See if the Sonar server has started, and don't close the command line. Open a fresh command line and do it. So how do you go to this command line? Easy. Highlight in the Explorer bar, type CMD. When you type CMD, automatically it will open in the current folder. After that, you just need to do start the Sonar. This is also one way. There are two ways. Either you double click, it will start, or you do start Sonar, it should start. But the only thing is, if you close the browser, so if you close the command line, it will terminate. That's why if you see, even though in my case, if I close the command line, the Sonar server is still running. I'll show you. If you go to localhost 9000, see the server has already started. Username is admin, password is admin. Just resetting the name. Yes. Can you guys do that? Same error. That means you guys doesn't have admin privileges on your computer to start any service. Can I assume that? Okay. Aditya working.
Administrator.
It could not create Java virtual machine.
Okay. Aditya, can you tell me like what did you do? Maybe because your environment is a little different, so I just want to understand a few things.
Yeah, actually, I executed that in CMD, and I started CMD as administrator. So
Okay.
I just execute the command as you told me.
Okay. So guys, let's follow Aditya because see every environment is different. I don't know how is your environment configured. So we'll try it out. So go to the command line, run as an administrator. And I'm sure how you know how to switch right in between the users. CD desktop / training / SonarQube / bin / Windows. So if you type this command, you will be redirected to that. So let me share the command on the chat box. Open the administrator and then do cd desktop training SonarQube bin Windows 86 and then do /start. Run the start Sonar, it should start.
Rock one, now rock one. It goes to go. It's big second. Big. So that.
See, / is really required because I think I'm getting something different.
I think / is not required for Windows.
Yeah.
I start
Okay.
Sonar.
If you want, you can just start directly also. No worries.
Yeah, but still,
Just type start Sonar.
Still the error is same.
Could not create the virtual Java machine. Fatal exception has occurred.
If there is an error related to Java option, right? You can disable that in the file which is present in conf folder, wrapper.conf. There is a line number 18 having that additional parameter, add exports. You can comment that. That could help to start the server.
But the only problem is later if I want any customizations, it will be a problem further. I can do that. Yeah.
Earlier version was working fine with me. But 8 version, 8.6, I guess.
Okay, 1 second.
I see I have a problem with the JVM version. We need a latest version of JDK.
Okay. Let's go step by step. Can I request all of you who has issues, please raise your hand so we can start step by step troubleshooting. Close the Windows administrator. Can I request all of you to upgrade it to Java 11, please? Ensure that you upgrade it to Java 11. Let me share the Java URL. Can I request all of you to upgrade to this? I'll share the URL. First thing is upgrade the Java, then we will see, because that's the first thing that we need to do as a part of troubleshooting. In case you need to restart, I would recommend once you upgrade Java, I would recommend you to restart and then join back the class, because restarting will always refresh the environmental variables. There are many ways to do the environmental variable reflection, but I think this is Java, right? So most of the time. See, I can also show you how to do it manually, but that's like we cannot teach for everyone that little complicated procedure. So ensure that you are in Java 17.20.2 so that the training will go smoothly, because in the next versions of my applications, I'm going to use the same Java version. So request all of you to upgrade Java. So, and this is the activities that we are going to do. See, the only reason I'm going with this solution is I want my Gradle application, Maven applications in the next labs to work.
I think it is working.
Upgrading Java.
Yeah.
Amol, don't use dot without using dot slash run this Sonar start. Okay, some exceptions are thrown. Okay, that's okay. Okay, once you log in, just check. Are you able to log into your SonarQube? It will work on localhost 9000. And when you log in for the first time, it will ask you to change the username password. Just change, sorry, password. Change it. Okay, good. So I'll give you 10 more minutes to quickly tell me if you're still facing any issues. Manoj, would you like to share your screen and show it?
Yes, yes. Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, can you show me your command line, please?
Yes.
See,
So
SonarQube is stopped. If you look at,
yeah, this is top, right?
yeah. So what you do is, I just want to go to your Chrome, type it once again, localhost 9000. Yeah, enter. Okay.
I'm not
Now go back to the command line. Start Sonar. Okay, it's running. Now go back to your Windows. Yeah, do it. Always use HTTP because by default it runs on HTTP. HTTP, please.
Oh, sorry.
Now go back to your command line. I would like to see whether okay, it's getting crashed. Now can you show me Java version, please?
Yes. But I have multiple Java version, but I set this in the environment variable, the latest Java version.
No problem. Okay.
Why it is showing 1.8?
Because you're accessing as system, right? System environmental. Where did you change it? Is it account environmental variables or system environmental?
Here I change it.
Okay.
Just a minute. Yeah. Okay.
So you don't have access to system environmental variables.
No, I have. I just
Okay.
reset it. Just a minute.
Okay. No, that is account environmental variables.
Okay. Just a minute.
Sure.
Yeah. I think here I can edit it. Path. So I have given this 17.0.2 in this path variable.
Okay, if you do command, show me the Java version once.
Just it's 1.8.
I think it is still taking the old environment only.
Yeah,
The new environment is not getting reflected.
Yeah, just a minute.
Sure.
Okay.
No, tick that.
No,
Tick this
there
one.
was
Okay, fine.
1.7.
Yeah, fine.
1.8. I think it will take now. Let's see. No, it is still taking old.
Maybe you want to restart?
Yeah. But do I need to set Java home or it's okay? Means I just
Without setting Java home, it should work.
okay. So let me restart my machine once.
Sure, no worries. Okay. Okay. Is everyone's SonarQube is working fine? Shall we wait for other friends to quickly complete it? By now, everyone should see something like this.
What is the password?
Admin. The default username password is admin, and then it will ask you to change.
Okay.
Okay. Is it done?
Yes.
Is it clear from everyone? Okay. Assuming that everyone have active access to the SonarQube, let's continue. So now it is time for us to understand. You are able to see this UI, right? You're able to see this UI, correct? This is called as web server, which is running in SonarQube. Using the web server, you are able to see the UI of Sonar. Clear? Now, you cannot see this because we are using embedded database. We are not using a separate database. Embedded database is what being used. Compute engine, you cannot see it. When you run it, it will automatically run in the background. It's a service. And Elasticsearch is also a service that when you click on certain bug, you will get to know. Now, from a Sonar point of view, it is ready. From a SonarQube point of view, Sonar server is ready. So let's spend some time understanding what is Sonar, SonarQube, and what it can do. Typically, if you have a simple Java code, okay, you can use something called as Sonar Scanner. And using the Sonar Scanner will push the data after the analysis to the SonarQube. So it will go ahead and do the scanning and send the result to this, and then it will go ahead and do all the analysis and display it on the server. Clear on the Sonar side? Any questions? Now, what I will do, I will take a very, very simple code, I will take, and then I will do the analysis and let us see what is the result of it. So for doing a simple Java project, I need Sonar Scanner. I need something called as Sonar Scanner. So what you can do, you can go to this link, Sonar Scanner, and download the Sonar Scanner for Windows. So it's going to download the Sonar Scanner. Observe me, and then you can do it later. I'll follow the same procedure. The Sonar Scanner is here. I'll put it in my training folder. I will extract it. Okay. And then I will rename it. See, I have downloaded the Sonar Scanner. Downloaded file. I have put it into training folder. From the training folder, I have extracted the Sonar Scanner, and then Sonar Scanner has two components. This is called as Sonar Scanner Home, and this is called as binary. From where this is also, some people will call it as Sonar CLI. Okay, so what I will do, I will take similarly this is called as Sonar Scanner Home, and this is path. There is two ways of writing path. One is this way, or what you can do, this is another way. Okay. So let me first configure the Sonar Scanner Home. Sorry. Then go to the path and add this path. Can you all do that? Are you guys done with the Sonar scanner installation? Okay, great. Everyone. Now we need to see in action, right? How it exactly works. So I need an IDE, integrated development environment. And you all said me that you are going to use Eclipse. So I should also use Eclipse. So I will also download an Eclipse. Let me also download Eclipse. I will not take much time. It will be faster. I'm just waiting for my download to initiate. Yeah, it's downloading. It will take only less than 30 seconds. It has downloaded. I always do this. I know what I'm playing with, so I'll just go ahead. I'll extract it here. Like whatever you guys are doing, I'm exactly doing the same. But the only thing is I'm doing it from scratch. So now I have the Eclipse ready. I'll open the Eclipse. So if you see here on my screen, I'm currently using the Eclipse workspace. Look at this: users, Nishant, Eclipse workspace. So typically what you do is, see, someone who is already know how to work with paths, someone who know where to put their code. So typically what I do is I'll create something like on desktop. I create like projects. And this is where I use as the workspace. You know what happens with this way? Whenever I go and create a new project, every new project will get created in this projects folder. I'm sure most of you also do this just to ensure that in case tomorrow when you want to ship this piece of code to someone else, you can do it. I'll make this as a default path so that any project that I create, it comes and sits in this folder. Tomorrow when I am backing up, it is easy for me to back up the stuff. See, projects, metadata. So this is how I ensure that my stuff is at a single place. Can you all do that? Create a nice new workspace. In that workspace, you can start your Eclipse freshly. Can you all do that, please? Can you all do that? Everyone should be on this page. If you want to download a new Eclipse or if you want to use an existing one, doesn't matter. Just everyone should be on this page. I see here we have a simple Java project that we need to create. So how do we create a simple Java project? Assuming that everyone don't know anything, I'll start from very basic just to. So I'm going to create a new project, a new Java project. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between Java project and web application? Or a Gradle project or a Maven project? What's the difference? So let me create a simple Java project, a simple package. If I create something like this, do you think it makes sense? The project name? What is this called as? It's a package name. So I'll say Sonar Scanner Demo Java. I created a simple application called as project called as Sonar Scanner Demo Java. I would recommend you to use the same name so that everyone is on the same page. So click on next. a simple source folder, blah, 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 next, finish. And what is the module name? So tell me, what do you mean by module? What is a module? I created a simple application here. Let's go ahead. Sorry. Are we on the same page? Any questions? So here I have something like module info.java. I don't care about it. I'll create a simple Java file. What should be the package name? Let's say first Sonar Java. I have a simple package and I have a simple piece of code. I'll give you a piece of code, don't worry. See, we are writing a simple dummy code. It doesn't matter what logic it does as of now. Let's quickly finish the code. I'll just so I have a simple piece of code. Can you guys tell me what is the issue in this code?
Unused imports.
Okay. Okay, good. Who else? Can you guys tell me what are the other issues?
Final
Line number
variable
12.
should be capital.
Line number 12, string declared from capital.
Okay. What else?
The string is null.
What else?
Not give hard-coded number.
Okay, hard coding number, is it a good idea or bad idea?
I mean, at least SonarQube gives that issue.
Okay, good. That's absolutely fine.
Unused variable.
Okay, what I will do, I'll give you the same piece of code to you. I have sent a link in the chat box. Okay, this link will help you to get the code. So can I request all of you to create a simple piece of code like this? This is a dummy code. Doesn't matter what it is doing. We have to understand the process. Once we understand the process, whatever it will happen.
Nishan, that link is asking for sign in.
Sorry.
Actually, the link is asking to sign in.
1 minute, please. Sorry, wrong link. Just check now. there is something called Java coding scanning. Java code scanning. Did you see that Java code scanning code?
No, Nishant. It is different.
Reload. Okay, or I sent a last link. See,
Yes.
I sent.
Seconds.
Yeah, please. The simple code. Now, couple of issues you have identified because you know it, and this is a one-line program. Do you think in any organization you only have one-line program? And do you think every developer in the organization is senior? I know everything. I cannot afford to take everyone into team, no, with every skill set, and everyone is like very senior, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years in Java. Not everyone is right. Not everyone is capable of everything. Maybe this is just 4 lines of code, 20 lines of code, everyone is able to talk. But the moment when the complexity of the code increases, when I have 1500 lines of code or 1500 files in an entire project, it will be tough for me. And there will be 100 files every day, it gets changed on every piece of code. So how do we go ahead and analyze? Is we can use something called a Sonar scanner. If you use Sonar scanner, it is easy to go ahead, develop and install and then continue. So what I will do, I'll go ahead and show you how to use a Sonar scanner demonstration. Okay, very simple. What you can do, you can create a simple file in this project. A simple file you can create and call it as Sonar scanner dot Sonar scanner dot properties. So in this file, we have to fill up all the documentation that is necessary for us. Okay, like how to communicate with the SonarQube server, how to go ahead and scan, what rules to use, pretty much many things we can go ahead and do it. So 1 second, I'll one second. Sorry. I'm just pulling up the code. 1 second, I don't know, so that I can give it to you. Yeah. So now let me go ahead and write the code here. So here, this is where you are telling, hey, whenever you are running a Sonar scanner, okay, and after the scanning, if you want to put a result, put it in the 9000 port number localhost. Okay. Is it clear? And default source encoding, project key, project name, project version. If you want to pull the source code from the source code repository or not, what is your source files? Where is your Java files? Okay, pretty much you can give all these details. For example, if I want, I can actually comment it out. So these are the details which will tell to SonarQube on how to behave. Is it clear?
Yes, Nishant.
Okay, now what we will do, let us go. See, whatever the details that you are going to give here, they are coming from here. So now you need to come here and you need to create the same project here. Always try to create the same project names on the SonarQube and so that you know what you are doing. So you can pull the code from Azure DevOps, Bitbucket, GitHub, and GitLab. But you can also do it manually. I think what we will do before we do the before we do the practicals, we'll take a 15-minute break, come back from the break and do the practicals, okay? So that even I also get refreshed and we can do it together. Now you know what to do. If you already know what to do, you can execute it. In case if you don't know what to do, you can stay with me and we can do it together. And the URL also I'm sharing for this properties file. Okay. We'll take a 15-minute break and come back. It's around 4:45. We will see you at 5 o'clock.
And Nishant, file whatever you have created, it is directly under Sonar scanner demo Java, right?
Correct.
It is not under SRC.
Yeah, not under SRC because
Okay,
this is a properties file. So it should be above everything.
Okay.
Yeah. See you all at 5. I hope everyone is back.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now what's happening? Let me explain you. You have a piece of Java code on your local computer. Now, you want to scan this piece of code for some errors or to see identifying bugs. Now, this guy cannot do it. It needs help. So that's where your Sonar server is coming. Sonar scanner is like a client-side tool, which will help you to scan the code and then push the code to the Sonar server so that you can visualize the bugs. Clear? What is the role of a Sonar scanner? It's a client side. Sonar server is the server side component. So once you write down here, just observe. For example, if you go to here, now let's go ahead and create a project here. For example, the project name I want to create here is Sonar Scanner Demo for Java. The same project name that I have used, I'm giving it. I'll click on Setup. So now what's happening? A project is created in SonarQube. Now it is asking, now whatever the activity that you want to do, okay, do you want to do it with Jenkins? Do you want to do it with GitHub Actions? Do you want to do it with pipelines? Do you want to do it with your GitLab? Do you want to do it with CI pipelines, Azure pipelines, sorry, any other CI, or do you want to do it manually? As we are not using any of these tools, we will do it manually. And it's asking, generate a token. Why this token is important? If you look at, this is a server side part. Now, we don't want any client to talk except only the authorized client. That means only the authorized client who has the key can talk to the SonarQube and inject the code, inject the results. So I'll generate a token. So I'll just use the same name to generate the token name also. Generate. So I have generated a token. Now it's asking what type of project it is. Is it a Maven project, Gradle project, .NET project, or any other type of project? Mine is any other type of project. It's not a Gradle project. It's not .NET project. It's not Maven. Now, what is the client operating system? Is it Linux, Windows, or Macintosh? Mine is a Windows. So if you look at execute the scanner, running a SonarQube analysis is straightforward. You just need to execute. That means, so Sonar scanner, BAT, project is this, sources is the current folder, this is the URL and the login code. A very simple command line that is auto generated. Now, if you look at, this is command line based parameters. If you even run this, it will work. Or if you even run this command, it will work. But the only thing is, when you run this command, it will read the properties file and get the project key details. See, Sonar project key is Sonar Scanner Demo Java. So this is the project. I can write these details into the, this is the project key, this is the project name, blah, 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 same version. So whatever you are passing on the command line, you can actually run it using property file. There are two ways. If you want to use command line option, up to you. If you want to integrate them into a properties file, up to you. But we will never recommend you to have a token inside a file. Token inside a file, property file means you're just saving the source code. A secret key is stored in the source code, which is a bad thing. So we'll never recommend you to do that. So now I know the project. I'll go to properties. I know this is where the code is. See, Sonar scanner demo. I'll go inside the project. I'll open the command line and type sonar scanner.bat. So it will go ahead and start scanning. If you look at, it started the scan, but it failed. What is it telling? Not authorized. Analyzing this project requires authentication. That means you need to go ahead and log into the target server. Now, whatever you are running is a command line. So whenever you run Sonar scanner, it is only at a server level, but it's a client level, sorry. It needs server authentication. Once the server authentication is done, it will pull the rules from there and it will scan. So for that, we need to pass the authentication token. We have already generated the authentication token. I'll go ahead and reuse the authentication token. Rather than reusing, you can absolutely take everything from here and even run. This will override. See, property files are typically defined. In case if you don't want to define a property file, you can go ahead and run a manual command also. No problem. Absolutely, that's fine. But can anyone tell me what is the importance of property file? So now if you see, it's actually scanning. Did you see this time it did not fail? Oh, there is an execution error. Your project contains Java files. Please provide compiled classes with sonar.java binaries property or exclude them from the analysis. What does that mean? Can anyone tell me? One second. Can anyone tell me why did that error came? We should tell to Java what to scan in my code. If you look at, there is a lot of binaries here, right? See, there are a lot of Java binaries. And somewhere I have my source code. I need to tell to Sonar, where is my source code? That is the reason I would always choose to create a configuration file rather than directly logging in. So this time what I will do, I will write a configuration file, which is already there. You see here I'm telling source java.sources rather than this sources. I will override and do like this. Sonar.sources equals to src/com/Nishant. This is Sonar scanner demo Java. What I will do, Sonar scanner demo Java, and then now run it. So if you see still authentication error, that means I need to pass the authentication. See, I can do something like this and pass the authentication. So now if you see error using Sonar execution, there is something like sonar.project key. You must define the mandatory properties for unknown. That means project key is unknown. But did I create project key? I have created the project key. Is it actually same project key that we have used? Let me check. Okay. I'll go ahead and get the project key from here. Put the same project key. Let me see. So it's not taking the project key from there. It's supposed to take, no, because we have pretty much done most last time also. It's supposed to take the project key. Can anyone tell me why the project key is not taken? Why is it not taking the project key from here? Guess it.
Maybe in server there is different project key and in client side different project key.
But that is where we have taken, no? See, the command is coming from the server only. We have taken the same server key and that we have placed it here. What I will do, maybe I want to override it. I'll just check with this. Let me see whether this works. Okay, again, it's asking me exclude the files. So what I will do, if you look at, I have a duplications. See sonar.sources, sonar.sources. This is the duplication error. So what I will do, I'll go ahead and comment it. And then I will run the scan again. Okay, again. So it's asking us to also exclude some things. So how do I exclude few things? Can anyone try to guess it?
Encoding is apparent twice. So not a source encoding.
Okay, source encoding is not correct.
This is appearing twice.
Sorry, I did not get you.
So it's like on line 3 and line 16,
It's
same key is
duplication.
defined.
Ah, okay.
Duplication, yeah.
Okay, we can remove this. Good.
I think in the exception, it is giving a property entry name.
Okay, what I will do,
Sonar.xml.
there is something called sonar.java binary is compiled. Let us see. See, the only reason I am showing you all the errors is that when you see the error, you will know what to troubleshoot. I could have written 4 lines and it will work. Absolutely. But I want you to understand different issues that we are going to face when you are working on a project. Okay. Do you think is the sources correct? The path I have mentioned, or do you think there is something wrong?
In the beginning, there is single slash, and apart from that,
Okay.
everywhere is double slashes.
Let's see. Still, so understand, your project contains .java files. Please provide compiled classes. Maybe what I will do, I will take this, I'll frame it here. Do you think it's going to work out? I'm showing you how to come up with multiple solutions. Okay.
It should be hyphen instead of equal to.
Okay, pardon me. It's entirely failed because it's expecting that a Sonar scanner demo Java is not existing. Huh. Okay.
Your Java class and folder name is different. Yeah, Java class name is different, I think.
Okay, but this is the, if you look at, it's all small letters only, right? Why should I take a capital letter?
Okay. Yeah.
But why is it showing error? See, this folder does not exist for, that means it cannot find SRC. So what I'll do, I'll remove this single line Now observe it. Why is that file doesn't exist inside the Sonar scanner demo Java?
Maybe we can check physically that project folder and check if this path is
Yeah, here it is there, no? Physically only we are checking, right?
there. Okay.
So this is where the challenges will come. So now I want everyone to come to this stage. Try to see why is it working? Why is it not working? Can I all request all of you to come to this stage? You already have all the necessary code. Now you know what to try. It's a matter of just trying it out.
So which Eclipse version you are using, Isham?
I downloaded this latest one.
Okay.
21, I think. And anything should be fine. Should not be a problem.
No, so whichever the version I have it, which is not taking with that latest Java version. So I have to.
2112 hour.
Yeah, 2112 something I downloaded from
Okay.
internet. Try it out, see what challenges you are facing, and then we'll fix it together. No worries.
So that issue is resolved.
Mm-hmm.
My server is started now.
Okay.
Sonar.
I'll give you like 15 to 20 minutes for everyone to try different options. In case if you are unable to solve it, no problem. I'll help you out solving it. But I just want to give you like a problem. Try to work on the problem. In case if the problem is unable to solve, we will try to work on it together. I've shown you how to try different variations. Try different variations, see which one works, which one doesn't work, what issues will come.
For me to work, I didn't get error.
Okay, so it was just copy paste command and it absolutely worked for you.
Yeah. Just execute that.
Good. How about other people? Let's listen from other friends.
Even for me, it worked like I copied entire command from web.
Okay, good. So can you tell me why in my system, why is it not working? But how come it's working in your system? Let's hear where the problem is.
Maybe even you can try copying entire command mission.
I copy pasted exactly the same command. It will not work in mine. I'll tell you the reason. The sources that you are referring and the sources that I'm referring is a little different. So for how many of you the execution was successful?
I have tried executing it from bin folder. I've tried it executing bin folder. It executed without any error, but I don't see any issues on the UI.
Yes, that's okay. You will see like something like this, 0, 0, 0, everything. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, nothing in the project.
Yes. Yes.
So I thought it was because of it is not, it was trying to scan for classes files. That is why I have executed it from bin folder.
Okay. Good. But what will happen when you execute from the bin folder? Can you show me and explain me just to understand?
I don't have error trace, but
No, just execute the same command from where you are executing, just to know.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay. So what I did is I went to wherever is my bin folder for this Eclipse project is present. I went there and executed CMD from there. And from there, I have executed the same command. This one.
Okay. Why you should go into the bin and work? Let's understand. That's a good point you brought here. Why should I go to bin and work?
Because the error was saying that it is looking for class files and binary files. So that is why I went to bin, and the bin is the place where Eclipse stores its class files.
Okay, good, excellent. Why can't I set that bin in a property file? Because see, to bring standardization, right, I need to build something. So if I have to do a standardization, I cannot ask everyone to go into this folder, that folder, and do it. Correct?
Yes.
So how do I bring the standardization? Now, you brought a very good point, so I just want to explain that too.
I think there should be some way to point
Okay.
this class.
Now what you do, come out of the bin, go to the root folder and then run.
Root folder means on the project level?
Yeah, on the project level, please. Because sometimes you may have to run things on a project level.
Yeah. Again, we are getting the same error.
That means it's actually looking for a binary file. So how do you exclude binaries? So as most of your Java people tell me, where do you think the binaries will be? In which folder binaries are there typically?
The bin only.
Is it bin? Okay, let's hear from other senior people. Where do you think the binaries will be typically?
Classes folder.
Targets and classes,
Class.
right?
Classes, yeah.
Yeah, can I ignore targets and classes? Use java.sonar.binaries target/classes. Try now.
Okay, in the property files.
Yeah, in the property files, remove that compiled NDFID.
This one.
No, yeah, remove that and say target/classes /classes. Yeah, uncomment that line. Excellent. Run it. Okay, still I'm getting error. Okay, can I say **/targets? Will it work? slash, because it's a single slash. Put another single slash over there. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
.java files. So, so are you guys understanding? Just to give you one to summary. See, it all depends upon where you are running the command, how you are running the command, from which path you are running the sorry. From which path you are running the command plays a very, very important role in SonarQube.
Nishant, I'm running from where .java file is present. From there, I'm opening my CMD and I'm running. And it is working fine for me. I'm not going to .class file, .java file.
Okay, good. Very good point. Now what happens? If I want, okay, what do you call? Tomorrow, I want to do it at project level. See, not every time you can, when you do automation, right? Not every time you can say the path. What if you want to do automation and you want to do it at a project level? So what will you do? That's a very good point. But what if you want to do it at a project level?
Yeah, we'll pass folder name, project name.
Good. We'll pass folder name, project name, and then do it. So where can you write those project name, folder name is sonar.sources. Okay. Sonar.sources is the place where you will tell where the Java files will be. Hope it is making sense for everyone. I just want to give you different variations of how to work with this piece of software. You're getting me right, everyone? Now, in my project, it is a little different, the one which we have created. So from your project also, it may look differently. So I would recommend you to see what works for you, where your class files are there, where your Java files are there, and accordingly change the data in the properties. Okay. You can even ignore directories, libraries, binaries. Many things can be ignored.
But from my end, when I'm trying to use like all these properties from property file, it is saying that source dot it is saying it mandatory field does not exist.
Yeah, that is a project.key, I think.
Project.key. Yeah.
Just pass the project key because it's unable to take the project key from the properties file. It's ideally it's supposed to take, but it's not reading.
I think somehow it is not able to identify the properties file.
Properties file.
So do we have to link it in the project somewhere?
No, see, this is a Java project, no? In a simple Java project, like unlike Spring, you don't have POM, where if you tell in POM, it will identify. But as this is a simple Java project, okay, this file with the one which you have created in Sonar scanner.properties will be more than enough because it reads that file. See, otherwise, if it doesn't read the file, if you only run Sonar scanner.bat, how does it know it should go to localhost 9000? Correct?
Yeah.
So that means it is actually reading that file.
Right.
Or else shall I try by giving instead of 9000, shall I try giving 9001 and check whether it is failing?
Yeah, you can do that. That's what the trials you need to do. So you get to know what's happening.
Yeah, 9001 is working fine
Failing, no?
Yeah, it is working fine for me.
But there is no server in 9001, no?
Yes.
So how is it working?
I am not sure.
You maybe your command is explicitly overriding it. In your command, do you have 9000?
Okay.
So you're getting me, right? See, one thing you have to guys understand. Command will override the configuration. Command will override the configuration. That we need to know.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Command will always override the property file. So that's why defining in the property is more important than defining it in the command. Again, it is up to the CI/CD tools. Based on some tools are, every tool is different. So I don't want to comment on them.
And in command, now I have removed that particular part where it is showing like where we have mentioned 9000. Still, it is working fine.
So now it is reading. Now it is reading the existing file. But in 9000, did you remove?
Yes, I have removed 9000 and I have added 9000 in properties file.
In the properties file. Good. So do you, okay, that's a very good identification. Where do you think these properties are all coming from? See, somewhere it is storing everything. Can you identify where the SonarQube is storing all the configuration?
From the logs, it says /conf/sonar_scanner.properties.
This properties is taken from a different location and not from the project, right?
No, it should be taken.
But at least for me, it says scanner configuration file, and it goes to Sonar scanner that we downloaded. From there, conf Sonar scanner.properties.
Okay, excellent. Who was that? Who identified it?
Rashmi.
Hi, Rashmi. Good. Can you share your screen? Very good point. I'll tell you now.
For me also, it's the same.
Good, good. Now, yeah, good, Rashmi. Now what you need to do is you go to your Sonar scanner configuration.
Okay.
Sonar scanner.
Right. This one, right?
Yes, excellent. Now, in the Sonar scanner, open this properties file.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Now, if you look at this Sonar properties file, what can you see? Sonar, there is nothing in it, no?
Nothing.
That means there is no chances that it will pick up anything from here.
Right.
If it picks up also, there is nothing.
Right.
Which will tell how your Sonar scanner should behave. Okay, and I would never recommend you to configure this file. I'll tell you why. If you configure this file, okay, that means if you use 100 projects, for 100 projects, this is the same. So you will never use this file. Okay, for that, what you need to do, open your Explorer. Yes, good. Yeah, go a little back. So never ever touch your Sonar scanner. The reason is when you do CI/CD pipelines, automation, Sonar scanner you should never touch. All customizations should be done at a project level so that one project uses different parameters, right? Every project uses different parameters, but all of them will run on single CI/CD. That is the reason you will never touch Sonar scanner configuration. You will always touch the explicit configuration. So it should always pull the data from the explicit. Sonar scanner.properties. You're getting me?
Right.
So in the next upcoming projects, I'll go ahead and show you how do you customize for different projects and do it. Now, this is the ones which is important for you. Yes, this is where we are setting everything. You're getting me?
Yes,
Every
yes.
one of you are getting me, right?
But I don't think it's able to refer this.
Yes, I will show you tomorrow. I will go ahead and show you how do you go ahead and work on different types of codes. And this is the simplest one. See, typically this is not used in any production environment. This kind of options are not used. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to work with Maven and how to write pom.xml and the configuration files. That is the most commonly used use case. No, today I want to show you, I want to introduce you to some low level concepts. So you know that, okay, there is something called configuration file and you can fiddle with configuration files also. I want to show you that for today. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear, everyone? Any questions?
So how do we resolve this, Nishan, or you'll be telling it tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be discussing tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
No, so typically this is not the right way of actually working on it. We have another way of working on it. I just want to show you that when people starts know how first time they do it, and then they understand, oh, this is not the right way of doing it, and they work in a different way. So I just want to bring that aspect here also. Hope it is clear for everyone. So we'll see you tomorrow, and then we will learn how to work with a little more complex projects, a little more better than what we are working on it. Any questions for today?
Nishant, I lagged a little bit due to that server issue. Maybe if you have 5 minutes, then I can share my screen and we can maybe continue if no one has other questions.
Sure, definitely, no worries.
Yeah.
In the documentation, it says we have a configuration project.settings. Maybe when we give that, it will take the properties.
Sorry, Manoj, you want to share your screen? I'll let you know how to work on that, dear.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I just created this project. I just added a Sonar scanner.property here. Just copy pasted from there. And this is for Sonar.java. And this is my server. Okay, let me start it again. Yeah, so I was having that Zscaler on my machine, which is VPN security. So I think it was also using the same port. So 9000.
Okay.
It was blocking actually. I uninstall that. So looks okay now.
Yeah, Sonar scanner is running.
Yes. So now here I have to configure, right? Means project key.
Yeah. So now,
yeah, I will just do that. This is project key.
No, not project key. Project key will come from the server.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
First configure the server so it will be easy for you. Yeah, login. Yeah. Just configure whatever the key it is. So, yeah, try to use the same name so it makes your life easy.
Yeah.
Generate. Yeah, click on continue. Click on other. Yeah, click on Windows. That's a command that is required for you. Just copy that command.
Okay, sure.
Go to your see sources. No sources you have to change here.
Yeah. That's... Okay. Okay.
Not there, not there. Just leave over that, leave over that. Here,
okay.
sonar.sources equals to /src//com that
Q53.
replace Nishant with Q53. So replace SonarQube with Sonar.
Okay.
And your modules, look at your Sonar scanner.properties. It should be on the root. On your, it should be on the root. Move it to the root.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you sure it is on the root?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, good. Sonar scanner. See, the project name is different. The project key is different. Project name is different.
So project key just generated from this one, right?
Yeah.
So
see here. Yeah, it is the same. Yeah.
Same.
Keep it like that. Yeah. See, always make sure it is everything same.
Yeah.
Disable line number 11. Yeah. Now run it.
Okay. From here.
Yeah, from wherever you want, you run it. It should work. Open the command line from there. Another command line.
Okay. I'll just try to run this as is. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to set path this till this
No,
project?
no. It should work.
It's not recognizing no external.
It is telling Sonar scanner could not found. Did you set the path for Sonar scanner?
Yes.
Show me the environmental variables.
So here I set till bin. I think is not correct.
See your Sonar scanner spelling. Check it. Is it the same? SCANNNER.
Oh, okay. I think sorry.
Just check whether it is the same.
No, I think it's mistake from my side. I'll change. But path is correct, no?
Yeah, path is correct.
Okay. I think here I thought I need to
you have
change
to
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, open the command prompt freshly. See, in the bin you should have some files, no? This folder is empty. Extract it once again. Extract it once again. Delete
Inside
this folder.
There is one more folder actually. After that,
First, I'll tell you. Easy way. I'll tell you. Don't do that.
Okay.
Go to the training folder. Delete the Sonar scanner. Entire folder. Delete it.
Okay.
Now, do you have a zip file with you? You have downloaded a zip file, no?
No, I think. I just copy from here itself, right?
Download the Sonar scanner. I'll give you the URL.
I'll just give me the URL.
I'll give you the URL. Yeah, that Windows 64-bit. Go to the top. You'll see.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. I will unzip it.
See, never do that.
Okay.
If you do that, many times what happens is they are very, very small files. They will miss out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, now you can run the command. If one file corrupted, no, the application is done. Yeah. Now you run. Environmental variables not taken effect. Exit. Open a new term. Close it. Open a new terminal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, whatever you have done is simple dummy process. It doesn't have much impact on the production.
True.
Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is a real one.
Okay.
So today is just like an introduction, fiddling with that configuration tool, this configuration tool, setting up. Tomorrow is what the real concept will start.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fail to index files.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Fine, then I think
yeah.
Now.
The execution is successful anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nishan.
See you everyone then. I'll meet you tomorrow. I know it's a little tough for everyone to with this inactive voice. It will be difficult. Sorry for that. We'll all see you tomorrow, and then hope from tomorrow I'll show you how it works typically in a production. Today is just to give you introduction, set up things. When someone actually gives you something, this is how background setup will happen. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.